Hey everyone! Alright, welcome back to some more Let's Play, oh wow, Quest for Glory 1, with me, your host, Tim. And before we go any further, we're going to lower the sound volume back down to 6. Okay, so our throwing is now 43, and I cast open, like, just 2 more times. Yes, it's up to 21. That's great. I want it at least to be, like, in the 60s before I'm happy with it. And we'll keep using open to cast spells until our magic is higher, because that will give me more magic points. So it's the best way to improve your magic and intelligence at these lower levels. Oh, Abdul-Adu's not here today. Okay, well, we'll sit. Oh, actually, no, I don't even need to eat. We already ate the fruit. So we shouldn't need to eat anything else for today. So we can just pay for a room and wake up the next day. Pay for a room. Asleep at the Hero's Tail Inn. The sleep heals and refreshes you. And our hit points are almost maximum. Nice. Okay, so today we should probably go back up to the castle and do more work at the stables. Basically, you can do that every single day, which is a good thing to do because it will increase some of your stats. It passes by some time, which is kind of important in the beginning portions of the game, and gives you a little bit of money. And we need all the money we can get. Yep, this is a capitalist game. Yep, we totally need it. So let's wait till this guard is a little closer to the gates. Hello. Are you speaking to me? Yeah, can you open the gate for me? Very well. Move the microphone down a little bit, and let's get to work. Yep. Game taught you that doing the same thing every day is what you end up doing in life. You go out here and you get your work done. I see you're back. Need some work? You better believe it. Good. Come in here and take a rake. Yep, hard work. Oh man, this sort of thing reminds me of working at Great Adventure. I worked there for 7 years of my life, slaving away in the heat as a... what's the word? I was in the grounds department. There it was, many, many years ago, for the Great Adventure here in New Jersey. Six Flags Great Adventure, that's what it was. Hard, backbreaking work, but oh, it was great. Now you're 5 silvers richer. Awesome. And our vitality has improved, but it looks like... oh, and we gained 3 more health points because of that as well. We'll rest once, which didn't quite recover any of our health, but our stamina is back up to full. If we're lucky, the weapons master will be back here today, and he's not. Oh, darn it. Okay. So, that means it's probably midday. Still only mid-morning. We could talk to some more of the guards, but we'll be doing that later, I think. So instead, I think we'll go back up to Irana's Peace and eat another fruit, which will fill us up for the rest of the day. And then it's a question of what we want to do. And I guess we probably should explore a little bit more. We have a little bit of cash too now, so we can spend that on some stuff. I'm going to avoid buying any more spells or the like for a little bit though. Now if we get interrupted into Source though, I'm going to cast, I think, Calm to let us get away at the moment. I'd rather fight a goblin, although it will still be very close. But goblins at least have treasure. Okay, well, let's throw a rock. Nice, we hit him. Okay, time to fight a goblin. Here we go. Oof, that was a big hit. Oof, got us again. Oh, got us again. Okay, well, we killed him. Woo! Victorious. Oh, we didn't... oh, yeah, about half our hit points. And only our dodge went up for our actual combat skills. But we gained a bit of everything else, and that will come in handy. And we now know we're a match for goblins. We could probably fight another, but we won't have much life left afterwards. You find a single silver coin. Carefully polish it and place it in your pouch. What a way to make a living. Goblins always have money on them, to my knowledge or my recollection. But it's 1 through, I think, 9 silver that they'll possess. So that was the least amount we could have possibly gotten from him. I think we will eat the fruit. The sweet, juicy fruit of the tree is amazingly satisfying and refreshing. Awesome. I think we are actually going to drink a healing potion. I really shouldn't, because it's kind of a waste, but it would also give us a flask, and will let us do another fight for today. So let's go ahead and drink one. The drink soothes as it goes down. That brings us back up to full life. Okay, so let's go exploring a little bit. We know there's an oh god! I don't feel like fighting a Saurus because I want some cash, so we're gonna cast Calm. And then we can run. It will stun the creature, but only momentarily, and it will be right after us again. Now, Sora, can't walk south and up very well. Like, there's no animation that has them facing down or facing up. Like, their faces and backs are never at the screen. So, generally, if you can move down or up, you're probably safe most of the time. Oh, cool, another goblin. Let's fight him. Oof. Oh. I think I'm mistiming this. Good dodge, Tim. Ooh, that was not a good dodge. Ooh. Terrible, we're getting killed. Wow. Terrible. All right. Not only do you have to pass the parry or dodge roll, you actually have to successfully have brought your shield up or dodge when the enemy makes an attack. It's very tricky. So we got more primary stats, but only our parry went up. And now we can't do any more battles today. You search your opponent. 5 silver. Okay, well, I'm not spending 6 gold for another healing potion, and I will not drink this other potion. We will just have to avoid combat the rest of the day. Let's cast a few open spells. Oh, darn it. Oh, see? Okay, I'll do this on screen. We'll try to talk to make it interesting. So, the bad news about cutting the video is that it actually takes a lot of work to fix the video afterwards. My video editing doesn't like this game when it comes to stopping a recording and then picking it back up again. So, because it's only a few casts of open, we'll do it on screen. Later on, I'll just have to do a bunch of work to fix the video. Now we rest a bunch. It's midday. We can't survive another battle against a goblin. We have enough magic points so that we can still do a little bit of exploring. We just have to be careful. We could drink the healing potion if we wanted to. So now the awkward part about this early game is that we have to basically pass by time. Let's look around really quick. All right, nothing new here. Passing by time is actually very difficult this early into the game because anything can kill you, as you can see. We just barely survived a battle against a goblin. This must be the town graveyard. What a rundown place. It certainly is creepy here, even during the daylight hours. Let's look around. Look at tree. There's a very large and very dead tree which hovers over the graveyard. The forest surrounds the graveyard on 3 sides. Can we search the tree? Not sure what you're trying to do. Let's save the game. A climb tree? Climbing would serve no purpose right now. Yeah, I guess we can't do anything like that. You have to be careful, by the way. There's pits around here that can kill you as well. Although this looks like a ridge right here, and over here as well. I think those are actually crevices, and you can die if you walk into them. Actually, let's check that really quick. Can we die if you just walk into this? You stepped into a hole whose depth is unfathomable. As you fall ever downward, you feel icy fingers clutching at you, and you think, how could I be so careless? That's why we saved the game. Now, there's a bunch of gravestones here. Look at gravestones. The large tombstone seems to have a barely legible epitaph. Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Growing up out of the grave is an evil-looking plant with a slimy, poisonous sheen. Whoa, what the heck was that? Look at plant. That is a mandrake root, and if we pluck it now, we will not be able to beat the game in the best way possible. So we'll have to remember that it's here later. Okay, well, crap. That's all for that. So let's go down a little bit, I guess. Look around. I guess we'll stick near the town today because we're almost out of life. And do close to town stuff. Oh, hello. What is this? The wall and buildings of Spielburg can be seen over the heavy brush. An old target leans against the town wall. I think you can practice throwing your daggers here, if you so wish. There's a story thing which will happen here later as well. I think we can walk right back up. Yep, and now we're in the center of it. Let's look at the board. Look at board. The old archery target looks as though it has not been used in quite some time. Okay, well, let's keep exploring then. We can't go south anymore. I guess we'll go this way. I'm so nervous. We're so low on life. Tonight, though, we need to sleep at Irana's peace. Otherwise, we won't be doing any fighting tomorrow whatsoever. In fact, from now on, I will be spending the night at Irana. We might actually go back to the tavern once, but by far and large, we'll be spending it at the garden instead. Let's take a few rocks, just to have some with us. And I think north of here is the trail back to town? Yep. And it is only midday. How's our life? Oh, God. Okay, let's go south a bit. Hello. There was a roaring sound off to the east. Look at log. The hollow log looks somberly back with its single giant eye, and you know at once that nothing is to be gained by investigating this gaunt relic of a more vertical past. All right then, Mr. Log, you can stay there. The roar of the waterfall fills your ears, and the cold spray dampens your face as you approach. Wow, I remember seeing any mountains around here before. I think if we go up, there's no river either. This place is crazy. Let's take some water in our flask. You fill an empty flask with crystal clear water from the waterfall. Look at waterfall. It's spelled correctly, actually. The water seems to be trying to fly as it leaps from the mountain above. That's a hint for later on in the game. Look at river. The water is white as it splashes against the rocks with great force and purpose and disappears into a narrow canyon to the south. Look at door. The door is built into the face of a mountainside. You suspect that the person who lives behind it treasures privacy. It's a large door. It must open pretty wide. Huh. Can we throw a rock at the door? Maybe knock at the door? The rock makes a sharp sound as it hits the door. Is someone there? Oh, hello. Come right up. Just climb the ladder. Whoa. Okay, let's give that a try then. Climb rock. You look for a good place to climb. We'll knock at the door. You knock 3 times. Now, just a minute, just a minute. Please move away from the door. Yeah, please move away from the door indeed. Oh, hello. Go on in. Hello. How are you? Have we met before? I'm Henry the Hermit. That's me. Me father was a hermit, and me mother was an hermit, and so's I'd be my job rightly. Don't have too many visitors. Hermits don't, you know. Part of job description. I like to see a new face, though. Good to hear another speaking besides myself. So what can I do for you? Hello. Hi. Oh, let's sit. What's your name again, sir? I'm Henry. Henry the Eighth I is. Me father wasn't Henry, and his 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 father wasn't Henry. And every one of them was an hermit. Oh. How about how's your father doing? Is he around? My family lives pretty far apart from each other. We're all Amish, you know. Oh, right. I guess that makes sense. Is this your home? Well, it's dark and damp. The water roars, so there's on moments quiet. The ceiling drips, and the walls are slimy, and it's always cold. But oh well, says I, it's home. Ah. So, what can you tell me about the waterfall? Well, she doesn't get out much. I don't know much. Oh. Right. You don't have any strangers around? I will not use the word strangers. That was a crazy ladder. I know some magic. Rasmus the Wizard taught me some spells. He's what put the spell on me ladder so the brigands don't get up. Then what climbs the rocks gets a door opening in the nose. Oh, you... Erasmus? I think we got told about him before, maybe? He's my friend. He ain't Fenris. Powerful wizard he is. I hear his mouse is something up the sea up north. I don't make it out much, and he's pretty busy, so I don't see him often. But when we do all get together, you can be sure we have fun. He loves to play games, he do. Oh, do you play games then? Erasmus' favorite game is the Mage's Maze. I have to be a magic user to play it, though. Erasmus is awfully good at it. Mage's Maze? Maze? Well, what spells do you know? The spells what I know is pretty simple, maybe, but I like them. I can make me ladder show up and me door close, and even get rid of pests using the trigger spell, you see? Oh, what's the trigger spell? It's the spell what sets off other spells. Like when you want to see the ladder, you cast a trigger, and there you have it. Large as life. Of course, you got to have a spell on the invisible ladder to make it visible first. But it has its uses. I think I have a scroll with the spell, if you be knowing some magic, that is. Oh, sure. Would you mind parting with the scroll? If you be wanting to learn the spell, I'd be pleased to share it to you. It's just getting molding in my hiding place. Do you want it? Yes, please. Let's see, how does Erasmus do it? Oh yeah! He summons it with a trigger. Here goes. There you has it. Nice. Take the scroll. The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a trigger spell. Oh, let's give them some rations as thanks. Ah, me guest bed is a straw up in the corner over there. You're welcome to come back and sleep tonight since you share your rations. Thank you. We gave him one? We gave him one ration. Have the brigands been bothering you? Nasty sorts they is. I sees them sneaking around in the woods all the times. Other than the warlock, I has had nothing to do with them. Oh, tell me about the warlock then a little. I heard he's more of an apothecary. He's not so bad. He's got a good sense of humor, he has. I get the giggles just thinking about it. He comes by at times to chat. Borrowed the mirror, what I borrowed from Erasmus he did. He borrowed a mirror? A magic mirror of reflection it was. If you use it when a nasty spell was cast at you, it was what sent back at the one who cast it. To the others, I says. Oh, interesting. We'll have to remember that. Do you know anything about the brigand leader? No. And do the monsters bother you at all? No. Well, thank you, sir. I guess I'll see you later. If you ever be needing a place to stay tonight and you're up in the area, I'd be willing to put you up for the night for some rations and a couple games of cribbage. Cool. Let's climb down now. The trigger spell. So, how to describe trigger? Well, the hermit, Henry, probably did the best that he could. Trigger basically is like a dispel of some sorts, depending upon the spell which it was. So, if the spell, let's say it was an invisible spell, it would indeed trigger it and make it visible. If something was trapped with an explosive trap that was magical in nature, the trigger spell would set off the trap, causing it to explode. And then because the spell effect had then been used, it would be gone forever. So it's useful as a dispel of sorts and or a revealing spell. I can't think of too many other things we'll be using it for other than those 2 things. Okay, so let's rest again. Time check. Okay, good. It's mid-afternoon already. So we're going to make our way back up to Erasmus's Peace. Uranus Peace. Where we will be resting. No, that's a brigand. We are no match for a brigand. If we can barely survive a battle with the goblin, we cannot survive a battle with the brigand. We won't be able to touch him, and he'll just slaughter us. I think we want our weapon skills in the 30s before we'll be able to tackle a brigand successfully. Okay, so... right. Well, we're just going up north to Uranus Peace, and that's pretty much what we're doing. I'm going to hold on to my magic until we're actually there, though, because we could have a battle outside of the place, and I'm a little nervous that we'll end up having the battle, whatever it is, and I want a calm ready to go. Okay, so we can just throw the remaining rocks we've got. Be careful, Tim. Careful of brigands. They're not very fast, though. They kind of just march after you, so we should be able to get away from them. Actually, most creatures you can get away from easily. There's just 3 which are tricky. Cheetars, trolls, and Saurus rexes. 44 throwing. 16 hit points. Time check. Okay, so now the bad news is we have to pass by some time. And I don't think there's any hope for it. Oh, excuse me. I think we're going to have to cut the recording, because otherwise you guys will have to be forced to sit here. We'll have to talk to each other awkwardly. And no one wants that. Oh, wow. That's a brigand. No, we don't care. No, we can just walk up here and ditch him. Afternoon. Okay, actually, we're probably safe, so let's cast Open a few times. Oh, nice. And sometimes when it comes to open spells, you don't actually do the animation, but it still counts as you casting it. Oh, darn it. But now we're completely out, and we didn't quite lose half my stamina. Okay, that dodge is real. Parry is really low. We need to fight the Weapon Master tomorrow. I absolutely need my parry, dodge, and weapon use up a tiny bit more, so we can reliably actually hit the enemies. Later on in the game, we'll be killing the goblin before, like, this song has barely the song will have barely started for the combat, and we'll have slaughtered him immediately. But we're in no shape to do that at the moment. We should also be walking around, Tim. You want to make sure your video editing tool is able to video edit correctly. What do you guys think of our hero, by the way? I've always wondered what that is he's wearing across his chest. I guess it's a sash? I've also looked for an outfit like this for the Ren fairs. To wear something like him. I don't have any of the gear. Where would I find purple pants? I'm pretty sure you can find them at Ren Fair somewhere. Small back boots. I think the outfit will be changed as well in the 3rd game. I believe his pants become grayish or beige instead. Yeah, this is awkward. Gotta pass by more time somehow. We could accelerate time by hitting the plus symbol a bunch, but that will really be bad because a monster could be on top of us before I even know it. In the later game series, you're able to adjust how fast the actual daytime passes without affecting the animation speed. But that's not the case at the moment for us. So I guess we'll talk about Quest for Glory in general for a little bit, and woods, and forests, or what have you. So, when I was young, I really enjoyed walking in the woods anyway, and I did a ton of exploring around my house and all the woods that was back around there, and it was a really bad idea, and I never should have done it, and my parents, if they knew some of the stuff that I got into, oh man, they would have probably been terrified for me. I was attacked once by a pack of dogs. That was frightening, but I managed to get away. Oh, like, holy crap. Quite a few ex-party places were discovered. Lots of what I now know are like drug paraphernalia left around out there. Lots of beer bottles and what have you as well from exploring the woods around my home. Yep, it was crazy. Lots of fun as well. Found lots of cool looking trees. It was just fun to be out in nature and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of ticks at the time, or I didn't find any either out in New Jersey. Lots of trouble. And these days, I still go out in the woods a whole lot, but not those types of woods. I go to public parks and what have you to walk around and explore, rather than just picking a direction and just going out that way. It would be that'd be nuts these days, especially these days. Everyone's worried about everything. Right. So for the game itself, let's back on tangent. Can I say that? I said it. It's too late now. So this is the first of one of 5 games, and they all take place in different areas of this world, whose name I can't remember. What's the name of this world? I should know it, but I don't. This game takes place, obviously, here. We're in a forested area, and Spielburg, and the creatures, well, creatures are kind of crazy. It's like a high fantasy type of area that we'll be in. So we'll be getting a mix of all sorts of different types of creatures out here, from things which are kind of crazy, like the manta, to standard creatures like fairies, or actually, I guess fairies would be probably the only standard things I can think of. Right. There's also other crazy creatures we're gonna be encountering out here. The second game takes place in the desert, Shapir, and that place is obviously desert themed. So we'll be fighting brigands, and there's jackalmen out there. I think there's genies out there as well, and stuff like that, giant scorpions, and so on. The third game takes place in, I think it's called Tarna, if I remember. And that place takes place in the jungles. And we'll be fighting all sorts of crazy creatures. Actually, you know, the creatures for this game series, they were kind of not your run-of-the-mill. Like, this game, we fight goblins and what have you. But generally, it's like giant, I think that game you fought giant ants, flying snakes, leopard men, crocodile men, and there was a few other things as well. A giant dinosaur would chase you out there on the savannah, and so on. The fourth game takes place in Mordavia, and that is a very Halloweenish themed game. In fact, I will be attempting to play through this entire series such that when October rolls around of this year, I will begin uploading Quest for Glory 4 again, having replayed the first 3 games. That game, you fight zombies, there's a weird Chernobyl cult, very Cthulhu-esque like, and so on as well. Actually, all the games kind of had the same idea when it comes to screens and you walking around. The first, second, and fourth game were like this. The third game had some sort of top-down map that you would be exploring on, and encounters would warp you to a map like this. It would be somewhat similar to Final Fantasy VII. But for the other games, you just had to know or discover where it was that you needed to be by going out there and exploring. Which is terrifying in this game, because how easily you can die to anything. And it's sunset. Wonderful. And we have enough magic we can cast open a few more times. So we should totally do so. Okay, and now we'll sleep. You sleep comfortably among the fragrant flowers. You awaken as the sun begins to rise. And the very first thing we'll do is we'll eat some fruit. Oh, our hunger's been totally satisfied. Alright, so I guess we'll come back up here later this evening to do so. Actually, can we eat the fruit now? Eat fruit? Okay, it must be like something like 24 hours before we can eat the fruit again. Okay, but our life and stamina on magic is completely recovered. Oh, and I never explained to you why we sleep here. Why don't we sleep outside? Well, if we... Oh... No, I don't want to fight it. I do want to fight it, but I need all my stamina, because if I fight the weapons master, we will end up fighting until we're completely exhausted. Which is great, because I can rest a bunch, recover some stamina, and pass by most of the day. And then we should be in a good condition to battle something like a Saurus. But we have to obviously hope the weapon master's back. We're also on a soft timer for difficulty. It is now day 4. I believe as of day 7 or 10, creatures that tend to only show up at night begin showing up during the day. And we'll have to have made progress on our character's stats by then, though for the weapon use, etc., or we're going to be struggling. We're actually looking pretty good normal stat-wise for this far in the game already. So as before, we're just going to go up here to the castle. Hello. Yes, can you open the gate, sir? Has it hit all the wrong buttons? Thank you. And now we do the thing. Maybe he only shows up during the midday as well. Oh, by the way, there's no weather effects, to my knowledge, in this game series either. So, oh, and Quest for Glory 5? I never played Quest for Glory 5 very much. I actually began recording it 2 or 3 years ago, and I have like 2 videos of it recorded, but that's as far as I got. And then, obviously, I wanted to start recording it. I began this series, and was pretty disappointed with what was uploaded already, when it came to my own videos, at least. Thinking about this song, I used to drive my brothers to work with me when we were all working Great Adventure. And I remember that we would all sing, like, hum this song, or whistle this song on the way to work. Because this is what we felt like. Good hard work. Oh, man. Oh, I think you can download the soundtrack for this stuff, too. It's an actually orchestrated soundtrack. And it's MP3s, I think. On Sierra Studios or something like that was the website. Thanks. You're welcome. That gives us even more money. And now I think I have enough money that I'm willing to buy a dagger, which will weaken the creature slightly before it engages us in combat. Wonderful. I was hoping to find him. Hello. Hello. Ask about swords. The sword is the finest of all weapons. It requires an equal measure of strength and skill. Pay for lesson. You pay the weapon master's price, and then... I salute you, not you. On guard! Here we go. Swing at him. Go. Go, go, go. One more time. Oop, missed that. Missed that again. Yeah, we need to constantly be attacking because we want to improve our weapon skill. And we need a dodge and or parry. Nice, good, successful parry there. Nice. You'll note that he's pushing us back. This is because he's doing more quote-quote damage to us. We're also missing him and what have you there. Later on, even if we miss somewhat, our skills are so high that we're still able to make progress. One more swing. The lesson soon wears you down, and you become exhausted. Even as we fought, I could detect your skills improving through practice. It was most prudent that you should give in to my superior skill. Be more aware of the angle with which your weapon approaches your opponent. The thrust bites quick and deep, but the swing will do more damage if it connects. Should we meet again, I would not be adverse to another go-around. Farewell, friend. Thank you, sir. We'll rest, I think, twice? That would give me enough stamina that I can cast some magic. Nice! Oh, thank goodness. Our dodge and parry are now above... Well, at least dodge is above 20. We only gained 1 point of weapon use. But all our primary stats also improved. Okay, so let's go down. And if Bruno is not here... Darn it. Okay. We could have practiced somewhat there. Instead, we'll cast open a few times over here instead. Darn it. All right, so we have the watching one. And that's good enough. And now we'll rest. Take a look at this. Our magic points are full. We'll now cast open. It's all about trying to get your magic and balancing your magic and stamina points at this early point in the game. Open's a thing we'll want high anyway, so it doesn't really hurt us practicing it. It's by far the most useful of the spells to us at the moment as well. I seem to recall we wanted at least to be 47 for some reason. Actually, I remember the reason, but I'm not going to say so at the moment. We'll rest a few times as well. Every time that we rest, we recover stamina. As long as we're under half our stamina, we can rest. I think resting recovers 2 points of stamina as well. How are we looking? Okay, finally out of magic. So now we rest until we're back up. It is only midday. Okay, but I'm fine with this. We have full health, half our stamina, and 14 points of magic. And our open spell is already 40. Awesome. Let's save the game again. Make sure I'm recording and not muted. Okay, so we have some money, but I'm not willing to give any to Bruno at the moment. Instead, I want to do a little more exploring outside, but we shall go and purchase a dagger. And then we'll go exploring for a little bit. Oh, I was about to knock on the door. Hello there. Oh, I'm sorry, the shopkeeper blurts out. I didn't notice you coming in. Well, my adventurer friend, would you like to make a purchase this time? I would. Tell me about your daggers. Ah, the use of the dagger is a most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers. Can I haggle for dagger? No. A bargain for dagger? No. A purchase dagger. Here you are. Thank you for your patronage. Cool. 1 dagger. Let's go this way. And then down here. Later on in the game as well, after I no longer need the Weapon Master, I will be dropping our shield so we can cast spells in combat as well. Okay, how are we looking, by the way, for treasure? Why don't we actually talk to Bruno? We have a little bit of silver. Hey, Bruno, what's your name? Wasn't it from me? If you give me a silver, I might have a bit of info you can use. Give 1 silver. For another silver, I can tell you where to go to find the Baron, Baba Yaga, or some goblins who have a lot of treasure. So if you want some information, hand me some cash. Oh, give 1 silver. Okay, what do you want to know? Tell me about the goblins. The little pests are just northwest of the cemetery. They're a bunch of wimps. For gold, I can tell you where the Thieves' Guild is hidden. No thank you, Bruno. Tell me about Baba Yaga. A little silver might loosen my lip. Let's give 1 silver. Okay, what do you want to know? Where is this Baba Yaga? She's an ugly hag who knows some magic. She lives in a weird house. Her place is due west of the Baron's place. Can't miss it. And for 2 gold, I'll tell you how to get into her hut. No thank you, sir. That's actually the first time I think I've asked him about some of that stuff. I tended to always avoid Bruno. If you want a good time, try the Dragon's Breath at the bar. Oh yeah, we gotta try the bar now. Well, let's go exploring outside today. And maybe we'll spend some more time in town. Well, in that session, we've been playing for almost an hour. I feel like we've been playing for like 40 minutes or so by now. We have enough magic that we can cast a calm spell or 2 to get away from things. So let's go exploring. We'll try going due west here. Or maybe we won't, actually, because I'm a little nervous it might become sunset. I don't want to be too far away from safety when that happens. Right, nothing fancy here. Oh god, it's a brigand. We're not a match for them. And they're really searching the whole forest for people. Now they can chase you down as well. Oh, hello. What? To the south and east is the forest from which you came. To the north and west are steep cliffs. There are some unusual plants growing out to the side of the cliffs. They are spitting what seems to be some kind of speed. A speed? Seed. Hello. Look at plants. You've never seen anything quite like them. They're pretty in a grotesque sort of way. Guess these are like some massive massive flowers, like the kind I've seen at different museums. They probably stink to high heaven. 10 more minutes. Still mid-afternoon. Huh. Well, we'll just have to remember that they are here. Look at the seed. The large seed spins as it travels through the air. Okay, now we definitely do want to fight something else. We just don't want it to be a brigand, if we can help it. And I think north and east is Irana's peace. Let's quickly check. Oh, hello. Hello, Saurus. Sure, we'll try dodging you. Oof. Oh. Ugh. This is... No! Help! Stab it in the neck! Thank God we won. Have our hit points. Nice, but our weapon use and dodge went up. Alright, let's rest a bit. Let's search the body. You search your opponent. What a waste. No treasure. Look at Saurus. It's dead, of course. It doesn't smell very good either. I think in the later games, they actually describe the dead creatures individually, but at the moment that's not the case. We can probably still defeat a goblin or another Saurus, so we will fight them if something shows up here. Alright, let's... Oh, let's throw a dagger? No, I don't have the range. Nice, good dodge. Look out. Nice, good dodge. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh, thank God. Our dodge went up and that was it. We rest a bit, and now it should be... Oh, still mid-afternoon. Okay. At the very least, though, we're going up here and... Oh, maybe we don't want to eat. We'll eat in the morning? No, we'll eat now. Let's get that... Actually, should we cast open? Let's cast open a bunch. Oh, that's weird. It shouldn't... Okay, I didn't expect that to happen, right? Because last time it didn't do any... There we go. Any animations. We want to cast open a bunch more times. You want to rest a bunch more times, which might put it to sunset. Wonderful! We can eat some fruit. We can sleep. Soda. Okay, so let's get to the healer's place, and we'll call the session then. So, what have we done? We can successfully defeat goblins and... Ooh, a goblin. Do I want to fight it in the morning? No, and we can just outwalk a goblin, I think. He's just barely not fast enough to catch us. Why don't we run? Put some extra distance. And we're safe. And we can walk again. Okay, and I did that because if we see the Weapon Master, we're going to want to train again today. All that gold for training, but it is totally worth it. If nothing else, to pass by time. Maybe we'll go try to track down that goblins camp we were told about from Bruno. But we'll do that in the next episode, everyone. So, a quick sum up of what we did. So, we've improved our weapon use such that... Oh, our combat abilities and our stats such that now we are a match, or we can hold our own against goblins and sauri. We cannot yet fight brigands. We need those stats to be in their upper 30s for at least weapon use and dodge, preferably parry as well. Yeah, once that's the case, we might be able to handle a brigand. I know for a fact the low 40s we can handle a brigand, but anything before that will be tricky. Right, so... We got some points, we've been killing some stuff, and we got a trigger spell. And we also met Envy the Hermit, who let us sleep at his place for some rations, but I will always choose to sleep up at Irana's instead, given the chance. Okay, so that's it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and take care, everyone.